Have you ever wondered why you feel tired for no clear reason? Why your stomach feels heavy, bloated, or uncomfortable? Why your energy drops after meals? And why after 50 everything just seems harder? What if I told you that the real problem may not be your age, but your colon? I'm Dr. Barbara O'Neill, and today I want to talk to you about something most men ignore until it becomes serious. Your colon is not just a waste pipe. It is one of the most important detox organs in your body, and if it's sluggish, congested, or inflamed, it can slowly poison you from the inside. As men move past 50, metabolism slows, muscle mass decreases, hormones shift, stomach acid reduces, digestive enzymes decline, and the colon, which depends on movement, hydration, fiber, and strong nerve supply, becomes less efficient. This is why constipation becomes common. This is why bloating becomes normal. This is why many men feel foggy, irritable, and fatigued without understanding why. Your colon is designed to eliminate waste within about 24 hours. But in many people, waste sits there for days. When that happens, toxins are reabsorbed into the bloodstream. That creates inflammation. It burdens the liver. It stresses the immune system. And over time, it contributes to serious disease. Now let's talk honestly. Many men don't drink enough water. They eat low-fiber diets, mostly refined grains, red meat, fried foods, and processed snacks. They sit for long hours. They experience stress. All of this slows bowel movement. And when the colon slows down, the whole body slows down. One of the biggest health challenges after 50 is chronic inflammation. Inflammation is linked to heart disease, joint pain, prostate issues, metabolic problems, and even cognitive decline. A congested colon feeds inflammation because the body is constantly dealing with internal waste overload. But here is the good news. The colon responds very quickly when you give it what it needs. The first key is timing. Your colon is most active in the early morning, especially between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. If you wake up and immediately grab coffee, check your phone, and rush out the door, you ignore your body's natural elimination rhythm. Instead, wake up and drink 2 glasses of warm water. This stimulates peristalsis, the wave-like motion that moves waste out. Second, movement matters. A simple 20-minute walk in the morning can dramatically improve bowel regularity. The colon depends on physical movement. Sitting all day weakens it. Third, fiber is essential, but not just any fiber. Natural fiber from vegetables, soaked chia seeds, flax seeds, and fruits feeds healthy gut bacteria. These bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that reduce inflammation and protect the colon lining. And finally, chewing. Most men eat too fast. Digestion begins in the mouth. If food is not properly broken down, it ferments in the gut, causing gas and toxicity. Your colon is not slowly killing you because it's defective. It's struggling because it's neglected. But when you support it with hydration, movement, fiber, and proper timing, the transformation can begin in days. Let's continue, because this is where many men make the biggest mistake. You can drink more water. You can go for walks. But if you continue eating the same clogging foods every single day, your colon will never fully recover. And after 50, your digestive system is simply not as forgiving as it was at 25. I want you to think of your colon like a drainage pipe. If you keep pouring thick, sticky, processed material down that pipe, eventually it narrows, slows, and becomes inflamed. That's exactly what happens with certain modern foods. The first major offender is refined flour, white bread, pastries, white pasta. These products have had their fiber removed. Fiber is what creates bulk and sweeps the colon clean. Without it, stool becomes small, dry, and slow-moving. Over time, this leads to constipation and pressure inside the colon walls. Next is excessive red and processed meat. I'm not saying you can never eat meat, but large portions, especially when combined with low fiber, sit in the gut longer. When protein putrefies in the colon, it creates toxic byproducts. These irritate the lining and feed unhealthy bacteria. Sugar is another silent contributor. After 50, blood sugar regulation becomes more difficult. High sugar intake feeds harmful gut microbes and yeast. This disrupts the delicate balance of your microbiome. When the microbiome is imbalanced, inflammation increases and the colon lining becomes vulnerable. Then we have vegetable oils, especially highly refined seed oils used in fried foods and packaged snacks. These oils oxidize easily and promote inflammation. An inflamed colon cannot eliminate efficiently. Now, what do we replace these with? First, increase soluble and insoluble fiber gradually. Steamed vegetables are easier to digest than raw for many men over 50. Pumpkin, zucchini, carrots, leafy greens, these nourish without irritating. Add soaked chia seeds or ground flax seeds to your morning routine. They act like a gentle broom for the colon. Second, include fermented foods in small amounts. Sauerkraut, kefir, or natural yogurt introduce beneficial bacteria. These bacteria help break down waste properly and reduce toxic buildup. Third, focus on timing your largest meal earlier in the day. Digestion is strongest when the sun is high. Eating heavy meals late at night slows elimination the next morning. Your colon needs rhythm. And here's something very important. Stress tightens the colon. Chronic tension keeps the nervous system in fight or flight mode. When that happens, digestion shuts down. Deep breathing before meals, slowing down while eating, and even expressing gratitude can activate the parasympathetic nervous system. The rest and digest state. Remember, after 50, the body demands cooperation. You cannot treat it carelessly and expect it to function perfectly. Now let's talk about the warning signs, because the colon rarely fails suddenly. It whispers before it screams. Most men ignore the early signals. They think bloating is normal. They think irregular bowel movements are just part of aging. They accept fatigue as something that just happens after 50. But your body is always communicating. One of the first warning signs is chronic constipation. I'm not talking about missing one day. I'm talking about going every 2 or 3 days, straining or feeling incomplete elimination. When waste remains in the colon too long, toxins are reabsorbed. That toxic load affects your liver, your blood, and even your brain. Another sign is persistent bloating or excessive gas. This often indicates fermentation and imbalance in gut bacteria. When food isn't broken down properly, harmful microbes take over. Over time, this imbalance weakens the protective lining of the colon. Fatigue is another major clue. Many men focus on testosterone levels or sleep quality, which are important, but they overlook digestion. If your colon is sluggish, your body is constantly dealing with internal waste. That drains energy. The immune system works overtime. Inflammation rises. And you feel tired even after a full night's rest. Skin problems can also reflect colon health. Rashes, itching, dull skin, or breakouts sometimes signal that elimination pathways are overloaded. When the colon doesn't eliminate efficiently, the body tries to push waste out through the skin. And here is something many don't realize: mood changes, irritability, low motivation, mental fog. The gut and brain are deeply connected through the vagus nerve. In fact, a large portion of your body's serotonin is produced in the gut. When the microbiome is disrupted, mood can suffer. More serious warning signs include blood in the stool, unexplained weight loss, persistent abdominal pain, or pencil-thin stools. These require immediate medical evaluation. Never ignore those symptoms after 50. Men face increased risk of colon disease. According to health authorities like the World Health Organization, colorectal conditions are among the leading health concerns globally. In countries such as United States, screening guidelines recommend regular colon checks after midlife because early detection saves lives. But here is the empowering truth. The colon has an incredible ability to heal when inflammation is reduced and proper elimination is restored. The first step in reversing damage is consistency, not extreme cleanses, not harsh laxatives. Those can weaken the colon over time. Instead, Focus on daily rhythm, hydration upon waking, fiber from real foods, steady movement, stress reduction, and adequate magnesium from natural sources like leafy greens and seeds. And most importantly, never ignore the urge to go. When you repeatedly suppress that signal because you are busy or distracted, the colon gradually loses sensitivity. Your body is designed to eliminate daily. When that happens, inflammation drops, energy improves, clarity returns. Now let me give you something practical, not complicated, not extreme, just a simple daily rhythm that helps reset the colon gently and naturally, especially for men over 50. Healing does not happen from a one-day cleanse. It happens from daily habits. The night before is where it begins. Avoid heavy meals late at night. When you eat a large dinner at 9 or 10 p.m., your body is trying to digest while it should be repairing. After 50, digestion slows in the evening. Aim to finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. This allows the stomach to empty and the colon to prepare for morning elimination. When you wake up, do not reach for your phone. Do not rush. Sit up slowly and drink 2 glasses of warm water. You may add a squeeze of lemon if it suits you. Warm water stimulates peristalsis, the natural wave movement of the colon. Cold drinks can shock the system first thing in the morning. After that, move your body. This doesn't mean intense exercise. A brisk 15 to 20-minute walk is enough. Swing your arms. Breathe deeply. Movement activates the abdominal muscles and stimulates bowel activity. Many men notice that nature calls shortly after this simple routine. Now let's talk about breakfast. Choose something that feeds the microbiome. For example, soaked chia seeds with natural yogurt and berries, or lightly steamed vegetables with a small portion of protein. Keep it simple and chew thoroughly. Digestion begins in the mouth. If you rush, you overload the colon later. Midday should be your largest meal. This is when digestive fire is strongest. Include fiber, rich vegetables, healthy fats like olive oil, moderate protein, and perhaps a small portion of whole grains if tolerated. Avoid overeating. When you overfill the stomach, you burden the entire digestive tract. Hydration must continue throughout the day. Many men drink coffee but very little water. Coffee can stimulate bowel movement temporarily, but it does not replace proper hydration. The colon absorbs water to form stool. Without adequate fluid intake, stool becomes dry and difficult to pass. In the evening, keep the meal lighter. A vegetable soup, steamed greens, or a simple salad with healthy fats may be enough. Give your digestive system rest overnight. Stress management is equally important. Chronic stress tightens the abdomen and slows digestion. 5 minutes of deep breathing before meals can shift the body into a relaxed state. Gratitude, prayer, or quiet reflection. These are not small things. They directly influence gut function. And one more powerful habit: go to bed on time. The colon responds to circadian rhythm. When sleep is irregular, elimination becomes irregular. You see, your colon does not need punishment. It needs rhythm, hydration, nourishment, and movement. When you respect its design, it works beautifully. Now let's talk about the question everyone wants answered. How long does it really take to repair a sluggish colon? The honest answer is this: your body begins responding immediately, but deep repair takes consistency. Within the first 3 to 7 days of improving hydration, increasing natural fiber, walking daily, and correcting meal timing, many men notice lighter digestion, easier bowel movements, and reduced bloating. That's because the colon responds quickly when you remove irritation and restore movement. But true healing, reducing inflammation, restoring a balanced microbiome, strengthening the colon wall, can take several weeks to months, especially after 50, when habits have been repeated for decades. Remember, the colon is made of muscle and nerve tissue. If it has been sluggish for years, it needs retraining. Just like rebuilding muscle after an activity, it strengthens with regular use. By week 2 or 3, energy levels often begin improving. When waste is eliminated daily, the liver is less burdened, inflammation drops. Many men report clearer thinking and more stable moods. That gut-brain connection becomes very noticeable. After 1 to 3 months of consistency, bowel movements should feel natural and predictable. No straining, no heaviness, no constant bloating. Skin may improve, sleep often improves. Even joint discomfort can reduce as systemic inflammation decreases. And here is something very important: prevention. Colon conditions are among the most common health concerns in aging men. Organizations like the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention emphasize regular screening after 45 or 50, depending on personal and family history. Early detection changes outcomes dramatically. Lifestyle does not replace medical screening. It supports it. If you ever notice persistent blood in stool, ongoing abdominal pain, unexplained weight loss, or major changes in bowel habits, seek professional evaluation immediately. Do not self-diagnose. But for the majority of men, the issue is not sudden disease, it's long-term neglect, years of low fiber, years of dehydration, years of stress, years of late-night eating. The encouraging truth is this: the colon is incredibly resilient. When you give it rhythm, whole foods, adequate water, daily movement, proper sleep, and calm breathing, it begins to restore itself. After 50, health is no longer automatic. It becomes intentional. Your colon is not slowly killing you. Poor habits are. And the moment you change those habits, you change your future. Start tomorrow morning. Warm water, a walk, real food, choose slowly. Finish dinner early. Sleep on time. Small actions, repeated daily. That is how you protect your colon and your life.